Hello, everybody. It's Christine. It is day 26th of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. Today's design is by T. Kaheki. It looks like it's going to be a Hawaiian name, so my sincere apologies. I'm sure it's actually pronounced very beautifully, and I'm just butchering it. But y'all, I'm from Texas. We butcher pretty much anything that sounds, fancy. So what she's got going on here is there's two vertical photos and some, strips of papers and things like that going on. So what I have is basically, honestly, it's scraps, but it's this collection from Auburn Lane. It's kind of old, pink paisley. That's all I have left of this is this. So I'm going to try to get my way through it. I don't know, though, because I have all these little cut-aparts, which isn't really part of that design. And I'm not even sure what background I'm going to use here, per se. I don't know, y'all. I'm going to have to look through it. And then what I've got is pictures of my daughter. My sister picked these out. They're from a Supernatural convention in 2014. This is almost 10 years ago now, y'all. This is back when she was really a fan. I guess she's still technically a fan, but this is when we went to the conventions and stuff. And there was somebody with a pig and a roller skirt, a baby carrier. And I don't know, they're just kind of cute pictures. So I guess I'll be documenting these. Well, this one can't be really narrowed up. This could be narrowed up a little bit, but I don't want to do one without the other. So I don't know, I'll just leave it alone. I'll have to work my way through this. Like I said, I don't really know yet what I'm going to do. I got to work my way through it. So let me work my way through it, and I'll be back on in just a minute. Oh, my goodness, you guys. I don't know what I was thinking picking this collection in some sense, because it has been a challenge, y'all, to figure out what I'm going to do here. So I started off, I was going to use this like green, I don't know what this is, some kind of 3D looking deal as the background. And then I thought, you know what, I kind of like this black and white. And I kind of got into the scraps over there. And I think what I'm going to do is use these scraps in this order here. All right, so I'm going to trim it down. I think I'm going to mat it on this green, though. So that's what I think I'm going to do there. I'm thinking what I might do, I started to pull this out. I may not do this because I have this sheet here. And I hate to cut into it on the one hand. I'm like, Christine, good Lord, this collection's 12 years old or something. I think I'm going to use this on the bottom, kind of where the strap things are, I think, because I have options from that perspective. I don't have any straps, y'all, is the problem. I kind of like these straps here, and I may bring it up and then have just the florals, but that's a cream, and I don't like that against this white, so I don't know that I say that. I don't think I will. So maybe I'll stick with this little guy. But then I have an issue up here if I want to do something. What do I do? What if I took the black? I could actually do the black and the white. So I think that's what I'm going to do, y'all. Now, that all being said, I have zero idea about embellishments. I have been through all of this stuff. None of it makes a bit of sense, y'all. So I think I may end up getting into my wood grain stuff. Like I have little wood veneers and things. And I may get into that. And I may get some, I think I might use this green to mat these photos on. I'm going to have to gut that. So that's kind of where I'm at, y'all. This has been kind of a trick. I'm not going to lie. This took me some time because I wasn't through with my options that I had set myself up with. So, but honestly, it could turn out beautiful, right? All right, let me get to cutting and I'll be back on in a moment. Okay, y'all, I'm just going to be real. I did not have high hopes for this layout when I first started. I was very, what's the word? I was just very discouraged by the papers I had going on with these pictures. I just felt like, what have I done? But y'all, I was wrong. It turns out really good. I don't even know how or why. It wasn't the sketch. It was definitely what I had selected. So what I did is I took all my little scraps that I showed you guys, and I've laid these. I took a piece of double-sided tape, and I just used like a branding strip with a hole in it because I go, well, I don't need that one right now. So, and I do this because it's just easier when you're trying to do, like, line things up and all that kind of stuff to use, like, a little separate piece of paper. You could use, like, a strip of cardstock or something like that, but this was just laying there, so I decided to use it. Now, I knew it was going to be a shade too wide, But that was okay because I knew I would also just trim it. So I did that, and then I'm going to slap additional pieces of double-sided tape on the back here to keep it straight. And then I'm going to get my paper cutter out, and I'm going to trim off the bottoms. I'm just going to make it match, right? I'm going to make it match the shortest piece, which is the one with little triangles all over it. And I'm just going to trim all these off, and I'm going to make them match, and easy peasy lemon squeezy. That looks pretty good. All those are just going to basically go in the trash, y'all. I'm sorry. I just don't need them anymore, right? So I will have to trim off the sides a little bit, so I'll cut that out just to get it, because it was actually basically 12 inches wide, and I had trimmed down the striped paper before I put it down on that green by 1/4 inch. So now I'm going to take my little black and white florals here. This is what I ended up deciding to do for my top and kind of the bottom area. Now my bottom is not exactly the way she wrote it. You know, it's slightly different, but I'm okay with it because I'm going to use the stripes for some journaling. So I kind of did that in a way on purpose because I kind of imagined I might do that. So I'm kind of looking to see where these things are. I'm going to end up scuffing the tops of the stripes there because they weren't 100% perfectly straight. I mean, they're separate different pieces of paper, so they're not 100%, but with a little scuffing, you can't even tell. So I'll scuff the top of those, but then when I glue it back down, I'm going to use the little border pieces to kind of hide the fact that they're not perfectly straight on the bottom, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. I did also double mat the photo. I used white cardstock, and then I used that green that was from the middle, and I'm going to go ahead and scuff the edges of the green a little bit. Not real much, you know, because it's a real skinny little mat, but I put that behind there. And then, what have I got going on? Oh, this one I'm going to put my little photo or the stripe pieces down here. I really liked how this turned out, though, because I got these like black and white elements, and then I end up putting this photo mat on here with these colored stripes. Now, I'm going to be honest and tell you guys, when I get my embellishments, I get off into my color binder. So, I think it's Janet at RTS. I'm almost certain, because I've had this thing for years now, but I'm almost certain she's one that I saw that on years ago. And you just basically put your embellishments in a little binder using like removable tape or whatever, and I have a little color binder. I don't use it a whole lot because everything I usually do is has collections, but I did get off into there, and so I found these things. I just kind of found these random things. I decided the title was going to be Supernatural. Now, that was actually from my thickers. That was not a color binder deal. That was from some thickers I had, but I found Everyday. So it's Everyday Supernatural, and I put Everyday up on foam, and I'm going to also have, y'all, these touch screens can be the death of you if you're not careful. I bumped my screen and stopped the recording. So anyways, what I was saying here was I have all these kind of random embellishments that I've picked out of my color binder, and I will pull in wood grain. And I think it's okay because there's wood in the picture with my daughter, and then she's kind of the right-hand picture's kind of got this like orangey tone to it in a way, because it's not, I mean, honestly, let's be real, these are not great photographs. I know that might be the other reason I was a little bit like worried about this layout. I'm like, these aren't even that great of photographs that my sister picked out. I'm like, these are kind of, they're not the best. And I go, well, I'll just go make it work, right? It's just, we got to do it. So I'm actually kind of proud, because I think, you know, sometimes, you know, especially if you're a new scrapper or something and you start a layout, you think, oh gosh, it's not going to be good or whatever. You just keep going. I mean, you know what? It just keep on going, because honestly, you can make it work. You can just totally make it work. So I'm fassing around with these embellishments. I've got I pulled out 3 little tickets. I actually don't keep that ticket there. I do have that little frame, and I keep that there, but I don't keep that ticket there. That's going to move once I pull out the wood grain stuff. I found this random little postcard looking deal. I have the word antiques. That's kind of alluding back to the fact that they have all these like ancient, like supernatural weapons and things like that. So I kind of like that. I end up with one of those tickets down there. And I have this little set of stuff at the top up here. I found a little frame, and it's kind of in the color schemes. And then I found these little records. So they're little like LPs, right? And I found those in my stuff, and I thought, you know, the soundtrack is just phenomenal, if I'm honest, you guys. I love the soundtrack to that show. And the records just made me think of the music that's played. So that's the main reason I picked it. I got in this little iris case here. I put that little ampersand deal back there. That does not stay. Both of those pieces are going to go away in just a minute once I get my wood grain stuff out. The 26 doesn't mean a darn thing other than it was a cool looking number. I wish I could figure out a way to tie it back into it, but I don't know that I can. So I got my little clusters going on here, and this is where I'm going to start pulling out my wood grain. I start off with some big old buttons, and I decided against the big button. Oh, wait, this road trip, y'all. So I did find this little road trip, and that's why I pulled out the ticket and the little ampersand. I like that up there. Now, I'll be honest, our road trip was fairly short. It was it was about 35 miles, so it wasn't a big road trip because we were actually very lucky. Being in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, there's tons of stuff that comes to our area that, maybe wouldn't be accessible elsewhere, but this convention came to Dallas, so we were pretty lucky. But so it wasn't a big road trip, but it was a little mini road trip. And then I got these other buttons. I'm trying these bigger buttons. Those don't look right. So I'll end up pulling out some small buttons. And really there's, again, no real reason for the buttons except I just like the color and the shape. And so that's what happened. I can put 3 of those. So I've got my buttons going on. I'm going to pull my Nuvo glue out because all this stuff now has to get glued down. And I don't want to make you watch that. So I'm going to get it cut away and I'm going to have glued all that stuff down. I did find 2 little, so in the stickers that came with the original collection, I didn't think I was going to find anything. Well, I actually did. I found there was some numbers, so I went and put 2014. It's basically 2014 because that's when this was. And then I'm going to find one other little sticker that says, "That was so fun," and it's in that maroonish color. So I'm going to put that up on a little foam square, and that's going to go in that top cluster up there. And then I find a little word. After I do this, it doesn't take me but just a second. I'm going to pull a little square out of there. And then I'm going to find the words, "Love this." And I kind of have to play with that for just a second. I thought about putting it on that road trip wood veneer, and I ended up deciding against it because I think, well, that looks just goofy. So that does not go up there. I'm looking at it. I find my little words right here. So, again, I pull it up here. I thought on the bottom. If I were going to put it on there, I'd probably put it on the bottom. I tried the top, and I thought, no, that looks just goofy as crap. I was thinking in my head going, "Love this road trip," but no, I didn't like that. So it's going to go on the side, on the left-hand side over there, and I think, okay, that doesn't look too bad. And all my words are kind of going that direction, so that makes some sense. And then I'm going to pull out my pen here, and I start to make my journaling on the left-hand side of the page. And then I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put it on the right-hand side because I put the 2014 on the right-hand side. And so I'm going to pull my pen out and I just write, Brooke was a huge Supernatural fan. So we got tickets to a convention where there were panels and the tons of other fans. She was so happy. We went one year as well, and she paid extra to have pictures made with the actors, y'all. She got to meet Misha Collins. That was very exciting. She actually technically got to meet Jensen and Jared as well, but that was just a pass through a line type deal. There was the slowdown, y'all. I'm actually not even sad about this layout. I'm not going to lie. This actually exceeded my expectations, which I'm so happy about. So anyway, y'all like and subscribe and watch the playlist and all the good stuff. I've run out of time. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.